50% of all marriages in America end in divorce. That means that when you're in a room full of people, half of those people have been affected by divorce. That number could be significantly lower if individuals learned how to communicate healthier with their spouse. We all need to be concerned with this topic because it affects not only the people who are getting divorced, but instead affects everyone around them. This includes their children. I can be a testimonial that unhealthy communication will break a marriage. It happened to mine. I will first prove that communication is the main cause of divorce. Then I will discuss why most people have bad communication habits. And then finally, how to fix your communication habits. To first understand how to fix this problem, we have to prove that the problem exists. Communication is a personal response to a conflict. Unhealthy communication does not resolve conflict, and that is what leads to divorce. Women and men respond differently to conflicts and have different communication needs. According to an article in Huffington Post in 2013, 70% of experts surveyed said that men cited nagging and complaining as the top communication problem in their marriage. Women top complaint was that their spouse doesn't validate their opinions or feelings enough, according to 83% of experts. Another finding by John Gottman is that there are 4 main topics of communication problems as a result of conflicts. He says those are criticisms of the partner, personality, contempt, defensive, and stonewalling. The refusal to communicate at all. Now that the 4 main communication problems have been brought up, let's look deeper into these communication problems. Most people have bad communication habits. Most people think of communication as talking, but that is not all that communication is. According to Cherry 2016, a substantial portion of all communication is nonverbal. Every day we respond to thousands of nonverbal clues and behaviors, including postures, facial expressions, eyes, glaze, gestures, and tones of voice. From one handshake to our hairstyle, nonverbal details reveal who we are and impact how we relate to other people. When talking is the form of communication is used, it is not always done correctly. That is when the 4 communication problems that John Gottman stated happens. So how do we fix the communication problems? Communication can be fixed. If your first reaction to an argument with your spouse is to attack them, then you need to stop thinking about just you and think about them too. According to Cole 2016, when you can keep your emotions in check, your message can clearly shine through. This doesn't mean that you should try to shove your emotions out of the way. They may be a very important part of your situation, but remember, the whole point of communication is to be clearly understood. To do that, your channel of communication must go 2 ways. Excessive emotion interferes with that. Take a little time alone to help you ride the wave of feeling and let them settle on their own. Pay attention to your partner if they are silent. According to Smith, communication is simply about conveying a message, and sometimes silence can do better than any words. How will fixing your communication fix your marriage? Marriage are falling at a rapid rate. That is mainly because of bad communication. These are 4 main communication problems. The great thing about communication is it can be fixed. If you fix your own communication, then your communication with your spouse will be better, lower divorce rates. Changing your communication is really just changing your habits.